this a dream of Rio kids, Tim and the team, to where we are now. Quite exciting. It's like probably the most excited I've been for a project. So many people being in and out of this. I've been getting messages all over Twitter and Instagram, and to just see it come to life from a budding idea to something as big as now. We've got the boys right now about to describe and discuss first ever UNIQUE Beaver project. It's pretty surreal, man. So I hope you guys are feeling lucky and feeling like the community's been giving to you guys as much as we feel we've been trying to give. Every step of the way, you guys in the community has been, at the forefront of our thinking, from the merch all the way down to just the way we even interact with you guys. So yeah, hugely proud, hugely excited, and can't wait to get into the mint side of things. But that's enough about myself. We have here multi Golty Jolty streaming awardees. Everybody knows these fellas, humble beginnings, church beginnings, all the way to international, tours, recording sessions, streaming, platinum plaques. In my opinion, and this is no hate to any other group out there, but my favorite group in New Zealand, the Sun Design Boys. Please introduce yourself, one at a time.
Yo, kia ora whānau. My name's Joel. I am a keyboard player in the band. That's pretty much my role, other than helping out in the studio with the boys writing songs. Check.
Kia ora everybody. Hey, I'm Sam, one of the singers, and I play a little bit of guitar in the band. Super excited to be a part of this amazing project. It's going to be awesome. Only a couple of days left until mint, so man, can't wait. Cheers.
Yo, kia ora everyone. My name's Matt. I play bass in the band and a bit of guitar, and super stoked to be involved and super proud of the Bay Rio for and the team for setting all this up. It's real exciting, and can't wait to get into it.
And then Rio took off.
Yeah, and he ran away.
Rio's like, nah, I can't.
He doesn't really need an introduction, though. So.
Yeah. Does he do this on stage as well?
Yeah, that's awkward.
See you guys. He's gone funny pocket. Well, you guys do know Rio, but I'll let him introduce himself as the Sun's boy, because it is a. Oh, there he is. Did you get that, G? Yeah, there you are. Check. Give yourself a little intro, bro. I know the community know you, but just one more time, as a Suns guy this time, not an EB fella.
Sorry, whānau, I got bloody lost connection, but kia ora, my name's Rio, and I'm part of the Suns Design as well with the brothers here, and we've been together for 15 years and done some pretty cool stuff in our time, but I know for myself personally, and I'm sure the boys feel the same way, that this is something super exciting that we're excited to be a part of, and at the same time it's a little bit scary because no one's taken this path before us, so looking forward to trailblazing that for future musos and everyone else out there in the Aotearoa music community. So check.
Indeed, Ming. Before we get into the actual meat of the questions, man, how are you guys going? Obviously, through COVID, you guys haven't been able to kick it as much or write as much. What have you guys individually or even as a group been up to? How's everything post-COVID?
Well, for me, a lot of gaming, bro.
Yes, I see that, G. That's
bro.
fun. That's on.
A lot of Warzone, clapping people in these lobbies. But no, bro. I think with COVID, obviously, it set back pretty much our entire summer for 2 summers in a row now. So we've been hanging out to get back out there and do what is our favorite thing to do, which is play live. But to do that, we got to write some more songs. So that's the next project. So writing more songs is definitely the number one priority at the moment.
Yeah. I've just been getting carried towards and dubbed by Joel pretty much. But nah,
Fine,
yeah.
we're saying it nicely. The bro Jay plays like he plays like you got friends that say they play. This dude will clap them.
Putting the pressure on him now. Eh?
Yeah, bro.
When you have that Eagle Beaver gaming lobby, you might get clapped, and then it'll be embarrassing for all of us. But no, yeah. From for the rest of it, yeah, it's been a bit of a bummer of a time, obviously with COVID and losing gigs and that. But also I think it's pushed everyone into new endeavors and new ways of doing things. I think that's probably partly where this came from. And yeah, getting back in the studio and writing and all that is definitely a focus of ours now. Managed to get a few things done. We got this Stan album done, which obviously you know all about. In the meantime, but
for the community, the bro Matt is a producer, also does a bunch of TV work, and yes, as recently as Stan Walker's album. So the bro's being modest, but he's on. He's a man.
sure, right. But yeah, nah. So pretty much I think everything's starting to pick back up now, and yeah, we're ready to work, ready to grind. So that's us.
Yeah. Well, I've pretty much just been, locked down at home, looking after two kids. Just had my daughter was born in November, so it's been pretty full on with her and balancing. I thought having one kid was bad, and then having two, and then not being able to take any of them to daycare. It's been a bit of a hardcore one, but no, I love it. And yeah, so we've just recently had a couple of meetings back at the studio, and super keen to get back into the writing again and getting back on the road. And we've already got some pretty good ideas lingering around, so super excited to see how far they go, and yeah, what comes of it. So, cheers.
Man, G, congratulations, brother. November, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
big
you.
step, man. Yeah, big step again.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man.
sure heaps of people in the chat will know all about it.
Yeah, brother. Oh man, but I guess, man, I got how is I haven't. I can't even remember my brother's bloody. It was 12 years ago, but for November, was it a different experience from the first one with the COVID stuff? Like, did that affect the hospital rules at all, or was it quite the same vibe?
Yeah, it did, bro. Yeah. So first, I actually both of them were COVID babies. Actually,
Oh, yo.
well, actually, first one was born, but then we went into lockdown after that, and then second one was during the actual lockdowns where I was
Man.
really only able to drop her off, and then she, I was there for the birth, and then I had to leave, and then could only come back every so often. So yeah, that was really weird.
Yo,
Going
the
on
old bored at home with mumsy ones. The lockdown ones.
yeah, pretty much. Man. No,
Oh,
but
man.
it's all good. Yeah.
Nah, me, bro. Congratulations on that, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Rio, I know the community will know you very well, brother, but it's kind of cool, I think, to talk about you. You don't get to talk about your personal stuff, so it might be cool to just let the sons of Zion hear down a bit. I think, but that's up to you, brother. You let me know if that's what you want to do.
No, all good, bro. Yeah, I'm just the same as the boys, being not able to play, which, like Joel said, is the thing that we love to do most. It's kind of what we live for. And so, financially and all that kind of thing, like everyone else, feeling the pinch of losing our income. And I think, for bands, we really make, a large portion of our income between December and March in those summer months. So it's been hard, bro, but the blessing has been having this project to keep me busy and to focus on and really sink my teeth into. So yeah, bro, Eager Beaver came at a perfect time for me. So stoked with that, brother.
Mean, bro, and 100 for all of us, bro. And I've said it 100 times, but the opportunity you gave me many months ago, I've taken it and run with it, and thank you, bro, for your vision and everything, because that's why we're here, So, mean, brother. Okay, let's get into some meat. You guys officially, well, from where I'm standing and from where this community is standing, the first New Zealand artists traversing this new scope, the the crypto space, the metaverse space, and I know as a trailblazer of sorts myself, the nerves must be high. How are you guys? How are you guys finding it, man? This is going to be the very first project in New Zealand. You're going to be the very first artist to be available to a community in the crypto space. How are you guys feeling about that? Is that something you guys initially wanted to do, or is that something that is completely new waters? Have a little breakdown.
Bro, honestly,
Sorry, you go, mate.
yeah, I was actually just gonna say, I think that originally, obviously Rio already had kind of all of these ideas in place, and he kind of, mentioned it to us and basically offered us to be involved. And I don't think there's been any kind of anything other than just excitement and just amped to kind of get into what this means. Creating an album, it can be a very different thing, and we've had a lot of conversations about, ways that we can bring the community into the creative process and stuff. So for me, because we've done so much work and we've been in it for so long, it's almost revitalizing my whole energy when it comes to like how we're going to do it and how we're going to create. It's super exciting to have more people involved in the process, and I'm just thankful that that we've been given the opportunity to jump in on a personal level.
Yeah, same for me. I think nervous is definitely not something that I'm feeling. I'd say more excitement, especially with the prospect of doing a new project or a new album that involves such a wider scope of the community is definitely a big plus for us. Normally the writing and recording of an album is all done behind closed doors, and only close friends and family ever get to hear the demos and the songs, and the final product goes out to the public, and we have no real idea of how it's going to be perceived. That's when you get nervous. So I feel like it's more excitement knowing that we can do a project now that it's just going to involve a lot more people to feel that they can accomplish something with us, and we're also accomplishing something with them.
I really think that prospect of having the community be involved with what we're doing is just such an awesome thing. And previous to this, I had no personal sort of crypto experience. I found the whole process pretty intimidating, actually. But now that this sort of opportunities come around, I've really sort of taken it on board and really see the opportunity, especially with being with the community and having their input, being involved in our sort of music as well. That's such an awesome thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what Joel was saying is kind of how I've been thinking about things is like Joel was saying, we only can ever, I guess, like test run the songs with our whānau and friends, to really get a gauge on how a song might go when it comes to being publicly released. So to have a community to be able to say, what do the Beavers think of this? Is this a good demo? Do you think we should keep pursuing it? Would you guys jam the song? Would you do you think people will love it? Just to be able to have that extra input is crazy, bro. And I'm as excited as the boys are, just to be able to do something that's kind of new and hasn't been done, and learning as well along the way what that relationship will look like, both for the community and for us, because it hasn't been traversed like you said, King. So all excited, bro.
Yeah, bro, hard. And I think as well, like for the community and for people, you may have done a song before with your favorite artist. You might have seen like an Instagram, like, hey guys, what do you guys think of this? But this is truly immersed. Like, this is the first thing I've ever heard of where like the community is like it's like you guys are all going to be in the studio essentially, but obviously because of COVID and then just because of space, you won't be able to do that. But it's going to be like your voices are heard. If you got to think ideas, and that's a kind of cool thing too. You get to see what creatives are like when ideas are thrown around. You get to catch ideas, throw them around, say stink ideas. Don't be shy to say stink ideas, and you get to really get a full experience of being in a writing session, which I think is invaluable, to be honest. I don't know where you could ever purchase something like that. So, man, yeah, the community is very, very lucky to be a part of this.
I'm actually really looking forward to, bro, as well. Like people seeing this might sound odd, but seeing how stuck we get, because we get real stuck with songs, bro. You know, and people may not realize that we get absolutely stuck where we just can't move on, and just, I don't know, bro, like the journey and all the different things that happen that we're doing before people get to hear it on the radio and stuff like that. I'm really, really excited to show what that's like in a real, true, and honest and authentic way, which is, I think, is cool. Yeah.
Man, yeah, these guys don't know, like a loop of a bass loop for about 3 hours while you're coming up with a melody is like tedious. It's a tedious stuff, but it's very cool fun is what I'm trying to say. You guys are really getting like a once in a lifetime crazy experience, and with one of New Zealand's biggest exports. So, crazy opportunity, and you guys should be count yourselves lucky. Bro, okay, yeah. So, into the creative process, as we're talking about, what is your guys' normal creative process when coming to albums? Like, do you guys steam each other's stuff? Do you guys work remotely and then kind of come together in the final? And then, how are you going to apply that to this style? Because this new crypto album, like, how do you see that, guys? How do you see that playing out?
Sorry, I think historically creating songs have mostly with I know, say like Matt, he's a brilliant songwriter, and he writes bulk of the the lyrical material and the initial ideas, especially for Sons of Zion at the moment. So a lot of it stems from his base idea of a verse and a chorus, and then he'll present it to the band, and ideally we're all together in the same room where we can just vibe out and just kind of continue the journey that he started in the first place. But other than that, yeah, I mean, creativity has come from all sorts of weird times and places. Full songs have been written and recorded individually. A song like Tell Her back in the day was the whole demo, and the whole song was written by Rio at his house, and he just pretty much sent the full song to us, and then we just embellished it with us playing the actual instruments and stuff like that, right down to us being in the studio all at the same time, someone on the drum kit, someone on the bass, and just jamming for 2 hours and seeing what ideas come out of that. And that's happened where we've had multiple songs end up on an album just from a jam session like that. So yeah, I guess the writing and the creating side of it, just we can't really tell. It just happens,
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, it sounds like it's there's no real road to it. It's a vibe. It's more of a feel or a vibe.
Yeah, we have moments where it's one person's thing, and then we have other moments where it's just everyone all at once. But I think the main thing is most of us can kind of hear, like even in little ideas that we do, when it's going to be an idea that kind of suits Sons, and we kind of make all of our stuff kind of have some kind of common thread. It's a sound that we all seem to just collectively have. When we did the last album, me and Rio were at home writing the demos at my place for like weeks, and there were moments there where we were stuck. I think one of those songs it took for like 5 years to create. So this might be a little different because obviously we need to finish the album faster. But yeah, it's
Don't have 5 years.
Yeah, it's not going to be a 5-year album, but yeah, I don't know. I think that creatively with Sons, it could be anyone's idea. It could be anything. We kind of find a way to get like a common sound that we all love because we've got such different tastes in music, and somehow we find a common thread that pulls them all together. So yeah, it should be dope. It's going to be mean.
It almost sounds like it's kind of made for this metaverse style. I guess this collaborative idea melting pot. It sounds like it from what I'm hearing. It's just gangsta. It's perfect for this.
Yeah, bro. I think when you're asking how it would be applied, I guess to this community, I think we as a band try not to shoot down ideas too early. So how I kind of envisage it working, and maybe the boys are thinking differently, but I kind of envisage it as the community coming along for the journey while we're kind of getting a bunch of ideas together, and then asking the community when those ideas actually have meat on them, not while they're just bones, because we try and give every song the opportunity to flourish and become a song. And if we shoot it down too early, it could have been a great. So that's kind of how I envisage it working. I'm not too sure. How do you boys feel?
Yeah, I think that's something we've done that quite a few times there, where we've cut ourselves off and been too critical too early. Probably lost a few really cool ideas, but yeah, that's how I see it. I mean, obviously, like Kings, as you know, like you try to write like 30 songs to cut down to 10 for an album. You don't want to be just using the first 10 ideas or whatever. So it'd be cool to
Yeah.
have other people involved once we get some meat on the songs, and it'd be cool to just have a community that and really, it's like it's like market research that you just never get. You used to like have to go to a club and ask the DJ to play your song and see if anyone dances, kind of buzz.
It is. It's kind of it's exciting, man. I like likened it to, and it's not even like it, but it's kind of like it. Wu-Tang did a very special album. I forgot the name of it. It was like called the Gold Album, and they only did one copy, and it's still out there somewhere, and it's worth like thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of that project as kind of like this project is so special and so unheard of, and like it's and that in itself, before the music, it's special, and then you guys add the music to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
and I'm pumped for the community to be able to, if they jump in the car with one of their mates and one of these songs that we've all worked on together collectively as a band and as a community. Come on, you can say I played a part in that, or I was able to vote on whether that song made the album or whatever it may be. So I think that's something that's super special, and yeah, and it's a bit of a first too. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Understand.
just going back to what Ria said before about like seeing us in our natural environment, and we do get stuck sometimes. How cool would it be if we just saw an idea from the community and all of a sudden that triggers, it turns the whole situation around, and next minute we've got the song done.
Handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's exciting. Yeah, that's exciting. I'll be there, man. I just to experience it. I'm gonna sit in the room in the corner and just be like, oh, this is neat. That's gonna be me. Man, 15 years in the music industry, platinum records, touring. Is there one thing you guys wish you knew individually before embarking on this? Because I mean, you can't really prepare for something like this, and stardom and the randoms coming up to you in the middle of the shows and for everything. What would you have told yourself before you got into this? What's a piece of advice you would have given to yourself before becoming who you guys are today?
Stay at your day job longer, probably.
Get a day job was probably my one, because I never had one. Nah, I personally, bro, on a personal level, I think and something that like jumping into this community and stuff that I noticed that you guys have kind of talked about as a bonus for the community, but I would have loved to have a mentor who gave me the information, like on not the music stuff, because the music and production and the late nights and the grind, you kind of all know that, we kind of throw it around as if that's some kind of secret recipe, but everyone knows that pretty much for any career you have to work hard and all that. But like someone to focus me on mechanicals and publishing royalties, on contracts, on how to sort your accounting and not be an idiot, like all of those little things, those little details, that I guess an older person could look back and be like, what, this actually held me up when I could have been further ahead. I wish I had someone to kind of ask questions of when I was younger.
Oh, 100. I feel the same way about yes, 100%. Someone to guide.
Mm.
Yeah,
I wish.
I kind of
sorry,
go on
you go,
this
John.
train. Sorry, right. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way as Matt. You know, like I feel like knowing where I am now compared to where we came from. You know, if I kind of wish that there was someone way ahead out there, you know, in the game that could have mentored us how to, like, we're in a great position as a band now, but we know, like, we've made mistakes and stuff along the way, and that's all part of the journey. But it would have been great to have, like, like what Matt said, a mentor that could have just steered us in the right direction, that we could have, you know, we could be even more comfortable than worrying about COVID, you know, every second day, and whether or not our livelihoods are at stake because we can't do shows and stuff. Because the music we've always had, and we've always known how to do that, but definitely, I just wonder what opportunities could have come our way if there was, you know, someone there to mentor us and guide us in the right direction in certain business aspects. But, you know, still no regrets.
Yeah, bro, I feel the same as the boys. I kind of wish we. I don't want to sound bad, but I wish we kind of took it more serious sooner. And I think that kind of comes down to, or at least when we were coming up, there was this. You know, everyone used to be like, "Well, you can't make a living doing music in New Zealand." Like that was kind of what everyone was saying, and so I don't think that we really saw it. Well, let's put it this way, bro. We were all still working until 2015, like at our jobs. So, yeah, I just like the boys are saying, if we had like our accounts sorted and really knew how to kind of utilize our music in terms of publishing and sync deals and being able to negotiate contracts properly and do all that kind of stuff. Like Joel was saying as well, we probably could have been further down the track. So yeah, being more serious about our music earlier and having mentors like the boys have said.
Yeah, just going off that, yeah, it ended up just being a full-on company. It's a business, you know, company that needs to do its tax returns every year and all of that sort of stuff. And we really had no idea. I went into it thinking, yeah, I'm just going to make some music and with the boys and release it and see how we do. But yeah, there's so many different aspects to being an artist and doing it full time as a job. So it's a full-on business, and yeah, it requires a lot of work, a lot of learning, and a lot of what we did, we learned the hard way. So yeah.
I would say too, like on that, one cool thing about this project, I think, is that we're all going to be here. Obviously, all of us have got so many years experience between us in the industry. For the community, like, you know, anyone who is a musician or aspiring musician, we can be that, you know, kind of just through people asking questions and stuff in here. And so, I mean, even on that aspect, like, you know, I wish I had a project like this when we were coming up to you know, like if you had an older person on the thing and you could ask them questions about this stuff, would be dope. So I really want to be there for anyone who wants that help as well. Just because I know that those are the things that hold people back from taking it seriously.
100.
You guys were all speaking to my heart. Sam, when you said tax, I was like, what's that one? Never heard of that one. I haven't done one of those ones before. But yeah, you're right, and that's 100% true. And again, what Matt was just saying, like the behind the scenes stuff isn't just creative, but you guys get to see the blocks and also, like, I guess, kind of the business side of things. Like when it comes down to how we're going to get the song out, is it a TikTok campaign? Is it Instagram? And you get to see these things that no one gets to see. People, a lot of the public think that musicians just write songs and then they magically appear on the radio. That's very far from the truth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and this will be probably the first time, again, and I'm only saying it because I've just never heard of an experience like this. People are going to see it from start to finish, from the marketing campaign all the way to the first show and how you guys like work your set. It's going to be really cool to share that stuff, man. I've got a couple more questions for you boys, and then I'm going to throw it to the floor for questions. But sonically, have you guys had a chance to have play with this album for the EB community?
I think it's literally going to be a brand new journey. I mean, I think Sam touched on that we got some ideas that we've sort of been playing with a little bit, but pretty fresh, eh, boys? Like, we're not down the track with anything. So.
Yeah, we have like songs, I guess, that we've done. Some of them, like some of them probably damn near finished and stuff, but we haven't really committed to anything. But I think, yeah, like even just the energy that we're all kind of feeling at the moment and stuff is, we're all in a new kind of space, and this is a new creative process. So I think coming into it fresh and writing as many ideas as possible and stuff is probably how I kind of want to approach it. And it might even just be like throwing out voice memos and stuff that the community can listen to. As embarrassing as those will sound if it's me singing. You know how those ones sound sometimes, just mumbles. But yeah, no, I think it's just going to be cool to start from scratch and see what comes out.
I guess you guys haven't really. Well, your guys' sound is molded over the time. Like, you got Vantage Point, which is kind of like a lot brighter production, and then the early ones, I guess, the production has grown as your skills have grown. So, are you guys looking to push the production aspect of things forward, or are you gonna keep the quite traditional to how you've done it and let things flow? Is there like a sound in mind, like a synth or something?
I don't think so, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't really followed any kind of, like, I know people say, oh, it's a reggae band and all this stuff, but we really just try to make stuff that we like at any given time, and then kind of just hope that people like it too. And we've always kind of, I think, from Vantage Point onwards, always just kind of said, if we feel it, then surely someone else is going to feel it. So that's kind of what we go for. And I mean, yeah, we're pretty ADD with our genre selections and stuff. So I don't think we've really come in with too many ideas other than just to service the song and whatever emotional energy that we're feeling at the time.
Yeah, I think our ethos as songwriters and producers and stuff at the moment is kind of started, especially with Vantage Point, was just whatever the song felt like it should be. That's what the song. Oh, that's the direction we should take the song. If it felt like it should be roots reggae, then we'll continue down the roots reggae sound and vibes. Or if it kind of felt like it needed a bit more of a new school approach to reggae with pop and R&B sounds in it, then that's kind of, we're just servicing the song and serving what we think this can take the song to the best limit, the best height, and just not really worrying too much about, but that's not really what we've done in the past, because artists, everyone knows that artists evolve and their sound changes, but as long as it's still inherently and authentically them, the community especially should pick up on those vibes. So yeah.
Oh, great! Yeah, great answer, man.
Yeah, I think the good thing about that is that we're not necessarily stuck in any genre. So, literally, we're a blank canvas right now. We've got some ideas there, but literally, we can just open it up to the community for the input and sort of take that and run with that. So, it's really exciting. Like, this whole thing's sort of like come together in a pretty awesome way. Just how everything's all set up and the potential that this thing has. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Amen. I really did want to add to that before we jump into that last.
Nah, I think the boys have covered everything, bro. Just reiterating what they said, that we have never really wanted to be put in a box of any particular genre, and like Sam said, we're just a blank canvas, and we've got such an eclectic, I guess, taste in music amongst us four. So that we share things that we like as well, like genres that we like, but then each of us like all sorts of different things as well. So, whatever we can draw on any given day, like Joel said, as long as we're serving the music, then that will always be key and being authentic. Yeah.
Man. This man's community has no idea how lucky they is. Or they might be. We'll see when we ask the questions. Before we get into the audience questions, brother, I think as you guys create this album and as we create the content toward it, the questions have been coming around the royalty aspect of things, and it would be cool to get a brief idea of how that's going to work before we throw it to the crowd, to the audience.
Yeah, cool, bro. Sorry, I'm on my phone, Kings. Is that slide thing in the roadmap that people can refer to? Oh, it doesn't matter if it's not, but
Yes, yep. If you guys
yeah,
want to head
okay.
to the roadmap at the moment, there's a little tile there called the artist royalties, the process, and we can do a little run through of that, and then we'll throw it to the floor for some questions. We'll just be very brief on this because the bros, there's 4 of the bros here, so we'll keep brief on that. And then if you have any questions later, feel free to ask us. We're here. We're here. So, yeah.
Yeah, me, bro. So yeah, Whānau, it's pretty straightforward. Myself and the boys and you guys as a community will complete this album and deliver it, or finish it by November the 1st. When that happens, then metadata or a code is attached to each of those songs that will track how it's streaming. The next step, step 3, the album is uploaded to digital platforms, so Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, all of those good platforms that we all use to listen to music. Then step 4, the album is released publicly and streaming commences. So yeah, basically it's out on the airwaves, it's out on all the platforms to be listened to. The next step is that royalties from all of those platforms, they will pay us, Sons of Zion, and the agreement between us, Sons of Zion, and Eager Beaver is that 10% of those royalties will come to Eager Beaver to be dispersed amongst our hodlers, which is step number 6. So 10% of Sons of Zion new album royalties are paid into an EB community wallet. The reason that they're going into a community wallet is because these artist royalties are particularly set aside for people who hodl. So if you buy your Beaver on the secondary market, that would have severed the ties to these royalties. So it'll go into a community wallet that everyone will be able to see. So you'll see, oh, cool, after 6 months, this is the 10%. It's sitting right there. Then what will happen is step 7, our team of devs will verify who has hodled all the way up till November 1. And then that Suns token, that coin that you might have seen on our Instagram spinning around, that will be airdropped to each of your guys' wallets, to the people who have hodled. And then that coin will have a smart code that will disperse that 10% amongst however many hodlers there are. So if people have gone on and sold and there's only 1,000 hodlers left, then that 10% will be split between 1,000. If everyone's hodled there too, then it might be split between 1,200 people. I hope that makes sense. And then what will happen from there is that same process will continue every 6 months. So basically every 6 months, the code will check who's hodled. If people that have sold on, then the hodling group might come right down to, 200 hodlers. And now the 10% gets split between only 200 people. So yeah, the incentive is really there for people to hodl. Another thing is that as new bands come on and bring their royalties into the dam, if you've hodled your Beaver, you'll automatically receive their token as well. So Beavers will get a percentage of every animal that joins. So the goal there is in 5-10 years time, you may have 20 coins from 20 different bands that you're receiving residual income from, which is huge. For people who are going to invest in a Beaver, which at the moment is about $600, you could be making $5,000 a quarter. Once we really grow this thing out. So that's the ultimate goal. And yeah, hopefully that's pretty straightforward for people to understand. So yeah, bro.
Thank you, brother. I can already see in the chat a lot of people are definitely excited for this, man. The hodl gang is real, man. So it's mean. It's mean to see the instant reactions from you guys, and obviously this is the first, and so as exciting and nerve-wracking it might be, it's the first of its kind. And so as we proceed, we will learn, fall in some potholes, get out of them, and heal that up so we don't do that again. And that's going to be the vibe for this. So, you know, the HODL gang, that everyone that's commenting, welcome. And I hope you guys have some cement and we get to hitting this roadmap properly and efficiently. I did have one more question of my own, but we're running out of time, so I might just go straight to the floor, brothers, if that's all good. If you guys have any questions, raise your hands, and I'll bring you up to the podium, and you can ask the brothers a question. All right, Uncle Bray. Let me know if you got that, bro. Uncle Bray. There you are. So, brother, ask your question.
Oh shit! I didn't think you'd actually pick me. I raised my hand and I forgot that I raised my hand just then.
You're good.
No, so I didn't actually have too many questions because I came into this project pretty late, but I fucking got roped in and stuck here, and now I don't want to go. But fuck.
Thank
So
you, bro.
with the royalties plan, I was just like listening, and I think that's fucking amazing and pretty cool and shit. Would there be any? If you minted, like, let's say you held 2 NFTs for that period of time, would it have any effect to how much of the like coins you got, or would it just be flat rate one?
Nah, bro, you'll be airdropped a token for every beaver that you hodl, but for both beavers, yeah. So you'll get double the royalties, yeah, if you hold 2.
Shit, more reason not to flip then, I guess. But
Yeah, brother.
but no, that's pretty much all I got. But the communities here is mean. I'm here to listening because I missed out on from the start, but just been grinding it out. So glad to be here and meeting all the people and shit like that. And yeah, fuck, it's on.
Mean, G. To the moon. Trump coming, brother.
All good, boys.
Brother.
Have a good night.
So, brother.
Goodbye.
All right. Here's another question. Jackal the Shack.
What's up,
brother?
brothers?
So, brother.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Goodbye.
I've got a question for the bro Matt.
Yo.
I gotta think of it
Sorry.
now. When you're working in the studio, bro, how does your process differ from when you're working with a band? How does it differ from working with the band to working with other artists like Stan and like the Thieves Boys, bro?
Yeah. I think. I mean, yeah. I kind of try to build a relationship with the artists first, and I mean, me and the boys kind of know how each other works, and we know where our strengths and stuff are. So it's definitely more collaborative and just kind of natural with the boys. I mean, you know, we've been together for a long time, and so there's really we kind of just fall into roles in a way nowadays. With other artists, you know, you got to try to work out how to pump them up and how to get them excited and keep the energy up. And so I think it's more the psychology than the creative process that changes. You know, you got to learn the person and make sure you get their trust so you can be honest and stuff. So yeah, I mean, like I said with the boys, I already know them, and I know when I'm pissing someone off and when to back off when it's in the, you know, when it's the boys. Sometimes with new people, you kind of have to take it easy on them, and you know, yeah, me and Sam will end up in a scrap, and it's all good because he'll still smack the vocal at the end of it all. You know, you can't do that to someone else. So yeah, you know, it's like it's definitely like a feeling out process with someone else, whereas we're kind of straight into it. But yeah, no, it's the creative process is cool, bro. Like with other artists, because it's exciting to find a new way to work. I mean, I've worked with Kings in the past, and that's like he's like a write a song in 1 minute kind of dude. You know, you turn the mic on and it's already done. So you kind of have to try to find a new way to be useful. So yeah, it's different. It's different for everyone, you know.
That's not the only thing I do in 1 minute, kids. No.
Yeah, I've heard.
That's trash.
I reckon when he eats lots of chicken wings in 1 minute. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Sure, brother. Okay.
Was that Jack?
Yeah, brother. No, that's
me.
One ask, yeah.
Nice, brother. Oh, bro, shot for jumping up, and bro, I've seen you I've seen you here, bro. So congratulations, and we got a couple more days left, brother. We're minting away.
I just seen a question in the chat from someone just asked if the boys releasing the self-titled album again. Rio, What's the deal with the OG album?
Yeah, far. We re-recorded a few of the songs on there, and we were supposed to do a big release and put that out. And then we went into Red. When was that? June last year. So we just haven't had the ability, I guess, to pull it out or put it out because when we put stuff out, we like to make a big noise about it and go around to all the radio stations and TV shows and promote it. So we definitely couldn't do that during Red. So yeah, it's there. And yes, the answer is yes, we will be putting that out. And we've actually talked as a band about doing that within this community somehow. But we haven't we haven't dug too deep into that yet. But yeah, it's there and it will be coming up. Yeah.
Hey. Wait, we've got another question here from TMB. Feel free to unmute and ask your question.
Kia ora, brothers. Mean to be on here and jamming this type of space for the first time. I had a few questions yesterday, but managed to get a couple answered. So I've just got a couple quick ones I just needed to confirm. Is if I mint a Beaver, and then transfer it to a different wallet, does it still keep its attributes and all its perks? Or is it only when selling that you lose everything?
Yeah, that's right, bro. Yeah, so you can transfer it as long as it's not sold, bro. Because we know that people often use wallets to mint, but then they hodl in different wallets. So yeah, we considered that, right? We considered that, bro, from the start. So yeah, brother, you'll be able to move it to wherever you want to hodl it as long as it's not sold. It will retain all its perks and royalties. Yeah, bro.
Cool, thanks, bro. And last question was, as the owner of the NFT, the intellectual rights, does that still belong to the EB, or was it like my NFT? I can take it or whatever with that specific NFT.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, bro. So the IP becomes yours, or whoever mints a Beaver, the IP of that Beaver is absolutely there. So you can go and make hats, tees, and we encourage people to think outside the square of how they can make that Beaver work in their favor. So yeah, bro, it's all yours.
Awesome, appreciate that, brothers. Thank you.
Sure, bro.
Hey, brother. So go. Is there any more questions in the community? Feel free to lift your hands up. Yeah. Get hard blockchain.
Sure. I had to jump in because I had to ask a question, but there's no put up hand, but I don't want to push in as well.
You're good. Is there no?
Nah. I chucked it in the other chat, but yeah.
All good, brother. Yeah.
I just want to ask a question to anyone that can answer it around so with things sold, does that how do I explain it? So let's say one of the Beavers sells, and then do all of the new albums that come in stay strictly for hodlers, or is there some sort of way that new people that get in, halfway down, maybe on the other animals or anything like that, will there be sort of royalties added for like people that maybe aren't even here but do have a future in this community? If that makes sense, or is it strictly hodlers?
I think I understand what you're asking, brother. I'll try and answer what I think you're asking. So, yep, if you hodl your Beaver, bro, then you'll get the Sun's royalty. But say Band X joins the project and they do 1,000 eagles or some other animal, bears, and they sell those NFTs, and they will negotiate with them a royalty percentage of their work that they're wanting to bring into the community. So what will happen is the people who purchase their NFT, say it's 20%, 5% will go into the project to make sure that the project keeps growing. 10% will go to their new animal holders, and 5% will always go to the Beavers for being the first believers, the first adopters. Is that what you're asking, brother?
Yeah, and would that one, since that's kind of like a new one, would that go to still only the OG hodlers, or will that also kind of have some like people that are new maybe hodlers get the opportunity to latch on that, or so that stay OG hodler? That royalty.
Sorry, brother. Can you ask that again? Sorry, my bro.
Can I
Just trying to understand.
So that 5%
Are you going?
that
Are you
comes
going
back
off?
to the
Are you going per project, brother? I think that's what I'm hearing, but I might be wrong as well. Are you saying like per project? If someone jumped on a project later down the track, would they get access to this album that they're doing now, for example?
maybe
he
not the
means-
one now. Yeah, like the
Is
future album.
is there gonna be a snapshot? Is that what you mean? Like of new? So if you bought an OG Beaver on a secondary market, and then a new project came out, would that secondary market Beaver get royalties? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, have a little bit more than, will it have like maybe not as much as a hodler, but a little bit more, so it's not just a ticket. So it's not just the ticket, but there's still something that can always, I suppose, grow with those ones as well. To keep it, I don't know, maybe in the future all these beavers are going to be worth 10K.
Yeah, Rio, is there a secondary?
Yeah.
When
Oh,
there's a
sorry.
secondary market,
Sorry.
is there?
Sorry, bro. So the other point to that I should have raised as well. So when those NFTs sell, then a percentage of their NFT sale as well will come back to the Beavers. So you might not receive the royalties, but say I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of me. Say Catch a Fire come in and do 1,000, right? And they do 500 of them. Oh, sorry, do 1,000 at $500. So that's 500 grand. Then say if $100,000 is going to EB to make sure that the project continues, then a percentage of that 100 grand will go to the Beavers as well. Is that what you're asking, brother?
Yeah,
So it's not just
no,
not just the music royalties, bro. It's actually the sale of the new animals NFTs as well.
no, mean.
Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense, bro.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will as well. Like, there's still heaps of room between now and I suppose where that question's asking, anyway, for our
Yeah.
future. But yeah, kapai. Kia ora,
Cheer, bro.
brothers.
Mean, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Mean.
Kia ora, bro.
Chachi, you're another OG in here as well, so I'm sure you'll be here to ask the questions as well, which is me. We got a couple more questions. Old J. There you are. Feel free to unmute and ask a question to the boys.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. So I have two questions. My first question was regarding the original OG hodlers and beavers. Does that include the original queen beavers as well?
Yep, it does. It does, sis. Yep.
Okay. Stunning. And on top of that question, the queen beaver mint is obviously coming a bit later. The time between the original mint of the beavers and then into the queen beavers, will there be things that they miss out on? So, like if you only are going to get a queen beaver instead of an original eager beaver, are you still going to, within that time, like, will we miss out on anything, or are we all good to wait till that queen beaver gets minted and get that?
Yeah, no, good question, sis. We've actually changed that. I'm not too sure how often you've been in the community lately, but they're actually going at the same time now. So there's not going to be any stand down period, and there's not going to be any difference in terms of perks or utilities between the kings and the queens. So on mint day, on Thursday, if you're whitelisted at 8 p.m, they'll be at the same time, and then public at 8 p.m. on Friday for kings and queens.
Oh, perfect. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And one last question. I'm going to try phrase it correctly, but basically, how have you guys thought about kind of how you're going to keep the community like a safe place for the intellectual property that's kind of being like discussed and shared in regards to like albums and anything like lyrics or, you know, beats and stuff like that? So yeah, have you guys thought about that?
That is a really
Yeah,
cool question. What a great question.
Once
yeah.
it's been posted, it's copyright anyway, so it's all
But,
good.
no, that's basically answers my question. Then that's all good.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's obviously there can be dramas with that, but yeah, it's like technically when it comes to copyright, the second that we put it into digital format, it's copywritten,
100%.
and we'll have a date and a timestamp on the thing, so it's going to be very difficult for someone to steal it.
Wait,
Yeah,
but
it
yeah,
is. The other challenge you get with a lot of kind of that intellectual property stuff is like people tend to claim that they've done something beforehand, and so if you got a community like this who was like, nah, they did it first, and you got like 3,000 people putting their hand up, and our community keeps that safety. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can tell already being a part of the community that, like it's a place where we all want to share and be a part, and don't feel a claiming territory at all. So I don't think we'll have that problem, but I just wanted to check in and see what you guys thought about that.
No, great question.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay,
awesome
thank you
question.
guys.
thanks.
Thanks all. All right, you guys okay for about two more? We hit about 9:30.
Easy, bro.
I'm easy, bro. I got nothing to do, mate.
All right, let's go. Leighton Peck. Gonna jump up, Leighton. There you go.
Cool. Am I there?
Yep.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Gisborne, Tide Awhiti, so kia ora everyone. Hey, so I've been working with our youth down here, and so we have a group called 555 that so we've been hustling and fundraising for our youth to actually buy their first eager beavers on Thursday, so they're really excited down here.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
Party, so we're going to post some photos up, so everyone's got to come dressed as their favorite beaver on Thursday. So pretty much anyone in Gisborne that's listening and you want to come to our eager beaver party, you got to come in a dress code, so you got to dress up as a beaver. But what my question is so we probably got about 12 youth that are really excited to buy their first NFT. So just really want to say a big shout out to you, and what an awesome job you are doing. And my question is also, so if they brought their first beaver on Thursday, because we're still learning. I'm not no pro at all, but when it comes to buying animals in the dam, what do you kind of have an idea of what that might look like price wise?
Yeah. Well, firstly, I just want to say that's amazing, and that's awesome what you guys are doing down there. Just beautiful to hear that there's some rangatahi, some young people who are diving into the space, and it's a privilege to have them dive into our space.
The youngest is 9, and they're smashing.
Wow.
The youngest is 9 in our age group. I think our oldest is about 24. But then we've got mums that have joined because they've come with their kids, so we need kind of the parents to get behind them with the age thing. But yeah, it's really, really been awesome, and just the community that you have been creating has been awesome for our rangatahi. So, and I guess another question is, I know that you are giving away to a school. I'm just actually going to put a pipe in right now. Does our rangatahi program qualify?
Yeah, totally. It's everything that we're doing in terms of the roadmap is, it's all going to be voted on by the community. So yeah, basically whoever the community pick to deliver those instruments to, then that's who they'll go to. So
they're hustling.
Choice. So that answers that question. And then your other question, sorry, what was your other question again?
So like
the price of other animals?
So the animals, when the dam starts building, like because this is their first time they're going to be purchasing Ethereum too. So we kind of got a roadmap on how we're going to help them through it on Thursday. So it should be a little bit exciting. But what we're preparing for is also they're excited to buy them some animals.
Yeah. So the new animals that come into the dam, we're not and I've said this before in AMAs, we're not in a super hurry to bring on new animals. We really want to make sure that we're delivering the roadmap that we've said that we're going to deliver. So we'll bring those animals into the dam when we feel that it suits the community and the stage that we're at within the roadmap. In terms of the pricing for those animals, that will be something that we negotiate with those new artists. But one
Cool.
thing that I can say is that it will definitely be along the same fabric and ethos that we've tried to implement from the start here, which was we've always said this project's not going to be an arm and a leg. So, you know, we're probably one of the, I don't want to, well, yeah, the more affordable projects that are out there. And I'm sure you'd agree, Kings, that we didn't
Oh, no,
want to
100.
make it, you know, like we didn't want to make it 0.3 ETH or like $1,400 just to get in here. We wanted to make it affordable, but make,
Yeah.
you know, have enough resource there to walk out our roadmap for the next year. So that's definitely something that we will be promoting to the bands that want to come on. And, you know, I'm already getting hit up by lots of artists about how to get involved and all that kind of thing. And if they basically have to fall into that ethos of growing the community and
Yeah.
not coming here to make a quick buck, you know, out of the project. That's not what we're about. So, yeah.
And the cool thing
hopefully
with the
balance.
Rangatahi down here, like they've been raffling their butts off, and they've paired up with a mate to buy their first NFT. So it's really exciting. I'll post some photos up from our.
I was just going to say that, Leighton. If you could add us on the EB Instagram, I would love to call the kids and just say what's up and say, you know, congrats.
So cool.
I'm sure the bros will be interested in doing something like that as well. Because God, you gave me goosebumps when you said that. Because that's kind of what we built. This is what this was all about. To be the pavers, the way pavers for our young ones and for anybody who's new to the space. And so you've really, I feel, when I'm sure Ria does too, of everyone on this, you've ticked a big box for us.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
No,
so
I just want to say you are doing such an awesome job, and like we're doing our best. So we meet Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they're really excited to get together on Thursday and have our Eager Beaver party. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
thank you, and make sure you add us.
Awesome.
We'll definitely pull a call, even if it's just for a little hey and congrats.
Yeah, that'll be excited. The kids are going to be chuffed as. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Mean it.
Awesome.
How cool. You got Glory Queen.
Hey,
Sure.
Glory.
Yo, kia ora.
Yo.
Oh,
Hi, Joel.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm asking for a friend. This question popped up on the Discord. So if you mint 2, comes with all the royalties, etc. Now, if you buy 2 off the market, doesn't come with the royalties, but will still come with the EB ticket festivals, etc., etc. But the question kind of was, is there any other benefit? If someone's already minted 2 beavers, is there any other benefit of them actually buying another 2 off the market? So holding 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the quick answer is yes. They'll obviously have more tickets to the festival, and when that festival sells out, they can resell that ticket without having to sell their beaver. So we'll be airdropping the beavers their tickets, and they can sell those again on OpenSea. So there's that advantage. Like I was saying to blockchain, what I think he was trying to ask is there's a royalty kickback when new animals sell their NFT. Then there's a royalty kickback for the beavers. So there's that as well. We plan for the festival to be an annual event. So one of the big things that we're doing is we're sending or sharing the royalties of the public ticket sales to the festival with the beavers. So if we do a 20,000 people festival, if that's what we decide to do as a community, and there's 2,500 of us, or if people have bought 2, there might only be 1,200 within the community. So that means that 18,800 tickets are now for sale for anywhere between $99 and $150. So that times $18,000 is a lot of money, and we'll be splitting that with our community. So if that's an annual event, then I think that's a huge reason to buy. If you want more beavers, then too, if you want to buy another couple on the secondary market, yeah. Does that make sense?
Nice. Yeah, that's mean. That's dope.
Yeah, and the other thing too, though, is we're breaking new artists. So those new artists, their royalties will be split amongst the community as well, and that's not dependent on hodling. So the hodling is strictly for the established band's royalties, but not for breaking new artists. They'll still be able to get those if they buy them on the secondary market. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's so exciting. Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Bye, Jamie.
Bye,
Thank you.
Joel.
Thanks, Glory Queen. Mean. We got another couple. Nucky NZ. Nice. Yeah, but I just give a unmute and ask a question to the brothers.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, congratulations on the project. Awesome project. I just want to know.
Cheers, brother.
So, when you get the tokens, so say like in the future you end up selling your. I'm sorry if it's already been answered, but so if you end up selling your Beaver, does the token just get burned? What happens to the token?
Yeah, so the token, once you've hodled, bro, the reward is the token. So the
Yeah.
contract for the royalties actually lies in the coin, that spinning coin that we've put out. It's not with
Yep,
the
yep.
Beaver anymore. But if you want
Oh,
to
man.
continue receiving new animals coins, that's attached
Yep.
to the Beaver. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the incentive
Makes
to hold
sense.
the Beaver, so that you
Yep,
can get the
mate.
bear coin, the fish coin, the such and such coin, until we're 10, 20, 30 artists strong. But the
Yeah, nice.
royalty payment is attached to the token, bro. Yeah, not the
Token.
Beaver.
Oh, that's mate. Oh,
Yeah.
man. No, thanks for that. Awesome. Good stuff.
Sweet as, bro.
Nice, bro. Thanks for the question, bro. Mean. Duke Star. Hey,
Oh, dear brothers, can you guys hear me?
Chebo.
Oh, dear
Yeah,
bro.
brother.
First of all, thanks, brothers, for this session. It's been mean, and sending big ups to the community as well. But I didn't actually have a question, but a couple of speakers ago, there was a lady talking about her rangatai, and I just had a question, and if it's a bit off track, shut me down. That's all good. So I'm a teacher, and as you boys had pointed out earlier, COVID has kind of smacked us around a bit, and it's been felt a lot, especially for rangatahi at school. So I suppose my question was, would you guys be keen, or would you guys be happy with, if asked or approached by anyone by the community to create like sort of just some inspirational videos or motivational videos for rangatahi, of our yeah, I suppose our schools throughout the country. Just a bit of a backstory: some of our kids are leaving school earlier, just to support their whānau and things like that, and that's totally understandable too. But I know that trying to keep our kids in school is a massive bit of mahi to do. But yeah, I suppose I was just wondering if you guys would be open to that sort of providing that at all, if requested. Yeah. Sorry about the long-winded question.
Yeah, bro. 100%. I know. For myself and for the boys and sons, we've done a lot of that stuff for rangatahi videos and stuff like that, and even visiting kura, talking to children at schools, and I've done quite a bit of work in prisons as well, teaching music voluntary, teaching music to rangatahi in youth prisons and men's prisons as well, and up there in South Auckland. So yeah, bro, that stuff's easy, bro. Putting together videos. So yeah, I'm sure I speak for the other boys when I say that's something that we will definitely be happy to do.
Okay, brother. Thank you, guys. That's all. Cheers, bro.
Yeah,
Me.
no, mean, bro. Yeah, and that is again, that's the ethos of the project, bro. Like, because I'm separate from the Suns boys, but I think a lot of the artists and a lot of the people that we hang around with have a similar ethos and a mindset around giving back in that sort of way. And so yeah, as I said to Leighton, I believe her name was, you know, these are big ticks for us to hear the community coming to us and saying, hey, you're doing this, and like you guys are helping inspire these kids. And so bro, this to us is positive feedback, bro. So thank you, bro. Thank you for jumping up and asking. And it's mean, bro.
All good, brother. Love you guys, buddy. Me.
Mean, bro. All right, we got Glory Queen's back. Did you leave your khakis? Yeah, feel you can unmute.
Jokes, just talking to myself. Yep, cool. Thanks. So royalties are to do with streaming, right? So does that mean the more that our community promotes and the more we stream the music and the more we get, everybody else on board and hype the songs and the album out there, Instagram, everything. So the more that streams, technically, the more that's going to come back to the community. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about this project, especially for us as a band, is that, and for the community as well. I guess the community becomes, for lack of a better words, like shareholders within the project. So it's in everyone's best interest for it to fly and do really well, because, like you say, everyone eats. If it smashes, and that's the goal. So, yeah. Do any of the boys want to add on to that?
Yeah, I think the streaming royalties are exactly that, numbers based. So if by chance we write a flop of an album, then the royalties won't be worth much. But our history proves that we don't do that. So I guess that's what we're aiming for, especially with the help of the community this time around, is that we're already starting the album off not on a blank setting of just release it to the public and hope that they like it, and if they pick it up, then it can grow and gain huge streaming numbers. We'll already be starting the project off when we release it with the full backing of the community. So hopefully, with the help of us writing a few good songs, it really pushes the whole project forward, and the royalties will reflect that. We just got told today that Drift Away has gone 4 times platinum. So I think that's going off history. If we just write another song that can be as successful, if not better, than Drift Away, then I think the hodlers will be in for a good time.
That's a little bonus.
Yeah, cool, exciting. Thank you,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, nice. I think I'll just touch on that as well. Like, as you guys are, and again, you guys are good at being modest. We're talking about top artists in New Zealand, like what was it, top 10, even top 5. And it's kind of not just you guys aren't just a band that's kind of just decided, hey, let's drop an album. You guys are veterans in the game. The support you guys have is incredible. Like I think that alone will gain not just the social media side of things, but I believe the news will pick something like that up. Like first crypto project, Sons of Zion. That's a 3 News headline potentially, and I believe that to be true, which is just great for the community.
Yeah, bro,
So,
exactly that. It's a hugely exciting opportunity for us to, just release music in a way that's never really been done before. But we're confident in our ability to write songs. Yeah. And we're confident in our ability to release good music. I think, like you said, we're what were we this year? We're the 5th most streamed band in New Zealand, I think.
Yo.
So I think we're up there in streaming
guys,
numbers.
say it again for the ones in the back. 5th. Yo, you guys, I wish they could hear that. 5th most in this country, the 5th most streamed artist right here, talking to you, saying they're going to share the next album with you. If that doesn't make you excited, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we don't really talk about accolades and stuff because we're always looking what's the next step. How do we keep moving this forward? But
minimum plats.
Yeah. But we do I wouldn't say surprise ourselves, but there's definitely a decent history there and a rap sheet to prove that we are in this for the long haul and we want to deliver what we say we're going to deliver, because it benefits everybody.
Yeah, and it's going to be.
Nice. Can I just ask one more question then? So just on the back of what you're saying, Joel. So what gave you guys the idea to be like, let's give our royalties away? Like, let's share, like you already just spoke about that you guys were already struggling, not having, these big gigs that have all been cancelled and whatnot. Like, what was the idea to go like, yeah, let's just like share with our friends and family and a community, like part of the income that we're, that holds dear to us, you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, for sure. I saw that come up in the chat as well. I think one thing that we don't want to get twisted, like this project is still super beneficial for us. We give up royalties and distribution to someone at some point anyway, like with a record label deal. Most artists signs the labels are giving up 80% of the mechanicals. And some of them 50. The way this is happening is it's so revolutionary but also beneficial for both sides. I think that's why basically when Rio talked to us about it, there was no like I said, there were no nerves. We're just so excited. It's such a good idea. The team's done such a ridiculously good job of creating a good roadmap, and this benefits us as a band better than any deal we've ever had before, as well as benefiting the community. Which I think is what is so exciting about the NFT space and the crypto space, is that everyone can win, and that doesn't usually happen in the music industry, if I'm being honest. So this is super beneficial for us as well. And like we said, we get so many added bonuses. We've got an inbuilt street team. We've got a lot of advisors. We've got market research. There's so many benefits for us as a band. That's why we're so stoked to be here, and I'm fortunate and blessed to be part of it. At the start.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I think. Sorry, just to go off the back of what Matt's saying too is that we had to, and like everyone with COVID has been forced to pivot and think of different ways to do things, and this is an opportunity for us to be able to continue to make our art, continue to stay close to the people who enjoy our art, because usually the only interaction we get with our fans is through physical shows, and that's been something that's been difficult over the past 2 years with all the lockdowns and that kind of thing. So this space has just presented awesome opportunities for us to continue to do music, share our music, and be close to our fans. And that's really what this whole community is about. It's about connection and community. So yeah, it was a no-brainer. And like Matt said, it's beneficial for both sides. So yeah, it just made sense, and it's happened at the perfect time for us and for EB, I think too.
Crazy. That's amazing. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm pretty sure the community does too. And my last question, and I'll leave it there for you guys, is Rio. Why does your beaver have a steak in his mouth?
Because I'm a vegan. Nah, it's because when I was thinking about how I wanted my lion to be, not my lion, my beaver to be drawn, I really wanted to, I don't know, have it take inspiration from an animal that I try and live my life like, which is a lion. I try and go after things that in my heart I want to go after, whether it's the right or wrong thing to do, as long as I'm authentically being myself and going for it. I try and live like a lion, and just in that sense, in terms of the go getting. So yeah, that's why he looks the way he does.
Eat 'em up, Rio. Eat 'em up. Peace. Thank yous.
No, mean
Serious.
questions.
Sweet.
Great
I
questions.
feel like I was wafting on that last one. Did that even make sense? Oh, well, that's what it is anyway.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, bro, you can just say you wanted a steak. It's all good. It's hungry. No. Oh man, if there's any more questions, feel free to chuck your hands up. We've been on for about almost an hour and a half. Maybe a few more questions, and we'll wrap it up. But the community, man, you guys have been engaged the whole time. I've been watching the chat go. You guys, the audience has stuck around, so it's obviously you guys are tuning in, you guys are listening, you're getting all your ducks in a row and ready for midday. So it's awesome. Just Chuck, anyone got any more questions?
Do that whole like a show of noise thing. That's a cool thing that you guys do.
Oh, yo, we can't do it in this one. This is
Oh,
the
you can't?
this is the AMA. So the community chat. That's where it all gets rowdy.
Oh, right.
We're getting no more hands, bro. So we might be able to wrap this up. Nice hour and a half. I guess I'll throw it to you boys before I close it off. Is there anything you guys wanted to say to the community? But before we wrap up.
Man, I just can't wait to crack into the mahi and experience this new way of doing an album. You know, not only with my brothers but with this community. And like Joel was saying, it's kind of hard to talk about yourself and your achievements. But you know, if for 1 second I can take the humble hat off and just talk, be real. Like, we've been in the top 5 streaming artists in this country for the last 5 years. We, on Spotify alone, not any other platform, we average 25 million streams a year. So I know we've got the goods to deliver for the community, and you know, we've done that for the last 15 years with no community. So to have the backing of this community and to do it together, I just see that, like, you know, compounding what we're doing. So I can't wait to crack into it. So yeah, thank you to everybody in the community for being here, for listening in today, for considering investing in this project. You know, in my heart, I know it's going to be something that's massive and it's a game changer. So just thanks to everybody from me.
I wanted to. Oh, sorry, brother. Before,
No, you're right.
it's as you're saying that, you know, and as I was saying that you guys are the top streaming artists. It's so evident in our ethos and everything that we do that it's hard for us to really say, you know, the hills that we climbed, and I know for me personally, and as this community grows, I would love that to not be a thing. I would love it to be really cool to say you got to the top 5 streaming artists, because that's insane. You got what, like 660, a couple others than you guys, and it's insane that a couple boys who started at a church and Rotas and you guys have created something insane, and I just want you guys to know that, and I want the community to make that our norm as we move forward into the next things, that we champion our boys and we say, yeah, hell yeah, they're top 5. It's not that we fucking marks, that we don't want to come off like eat us, but the proof is in the pudding, and I just want to encourage that kind of behavior. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And jumping off the back of that too, bro, is I think it's not like we shame or fucking mad to talk about our own selves and our statistics. I think just as most artists are, you know, once they've kind of accomplished something, it gets put to the back of their mind and they're already focusing on what's next. So I think it's not so much that we're ashamed to talk about it. It's just we're not even really, you know, it's already in the past. So we're thinking, how do we move forward from here and making things better and bigger and brighter for ourselves. So, I mean, yeah, it's nice to sit back though and always take note of your accomplishments.
Look at the plaque wall.
Yeah.
and I think I meant it more for the community to really understand, to feel as though it's not just like a, hey, this band is going to give you guys this part of the album. It's like, no, it's like one of the best bands in New Zealand is going to give you that opportunity. I think that's what I was trying to drive home for the community, and to be
Oh, yeah,
proud
we're
of
the
it.
best. We're the best, bro.
Let's go. Bang. Is there anything you guys want to say, Matt, Sam, Jay, before we wrap it up?
Just from me, bro. Yeah, just thankful to be here. So stoked to be part of the community, and yeah, really excited to get into it. I can't wait to write. We're gonna be in the studio all the time. So I just seen someone ask how they're gonna be involved in the creative process on the chat. I don't know. We'll probably talk to the team about getting some kind of channel up there. Maybe even jump on one of these channels and just stream the whole process or whatever. We'll work all of that out, but yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty keen to have everyone involved, and like you said, from start to finish. So, man, I'm just excited to get into it. It's going to be new and exciting for us. We're getting old in the industry, bro. Want something fresh?
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. Just to the whole community, you know, I'm really excited to build upon what Rio and the team have started here, and especially us as artists and musicians. You know, we're out on stage and giving you guys all the, you know, the big flashy shows as often as possible. But to be involved, you know, and even just any aspect of the writing and creating of the music, and that gets us to the big stages, is extremely exciting. And also on that note, you know, I think it's awesome to have a community willing to just get involved with us as well. You know, a lot of people mistake us for being extroverted people, which we are in a certain setting, like especially on stage. You know, we can be very extroverted, but like our circle's quite small, and we're not very outgoing, extroverted people. Like if you put a camera in front of us, we're terrible, you know. So it's nice to have a community that we can draw inspiration from, and kind of get to know us more on a personal level as well. Because, you know, we're 15 years deep, and I'd assume most people in here would probably recognize our faces, but wouldn't really know what we're like in person. So that's hugely exciting for me, is just getting to know the community.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just super excited just to be a part of something that's definitely a first for New Zealand music as well. So this is something pretty massive. And then on another note, I'll be minting as well 2 beavers for me. So I'm real excited for that as well. Yeah.
And
You're right. I had to win my whitelist just like anyone else, mate.
Oh yeah. Put your hustle on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually got quite it was a personal question from T Mirangi, and
Yeah, I
it
was gonna
was,
say I can see this.
oh, you saw that? Yeah.
I just saw it now. Yeah.
And brothers, this is really up to you guys whether you want to hustle or not. Kia ora, I'm wanting to know if you guys can share some stats regarding royalties, if you guys are comfortable. Not the 10% the community gets, but on average, what a stream an artist like you guys would get.
Yeah, I think streaming on Spotify. I don't know if you know, being signed to Sony, we're even supposed to say that kind of stuff. To be honest,
That's kind of what I was leaning toward. I think
but
a rough
as
idea.
a general rule, yeah, like you know, it's what 0.05 cents they reckon or something per stream nowadays or something like that. Like last year it was like $8,000 per million streams. I think this year it's a little under. 5,000 US dollars per million streams or something. There's a rough ballpark. So I don't really pay much attention to our streams. How many do we get a year?
Oh, you guys are very comfortably sitting.
We do on Spotify. I know that we do 25 at a minimum 25 million a year on Spotify.
50,000 a week, or something.
Yeah, we do about 650,000 streams a week on Spotify alone. The main reason that we use Spotify to gauge is because they give the most information in the background for the artists. So we know who's listening, where they're listening from, whether they're male, female, how old they are, all of that sort of information Spotify shares. So just for Spotify, yeah, I guess if you did 25 million times $8,000, that's our Spotify taking for the year. So you could do
Do a little math on
10%
that.
of that. Yeah, and then that's not including YouTube and Google Play and Apple Music and
Yeah.
and yeah.
No, I think
But-
you guys answered it well, man. Yeah, and I think without. I hope we answered the question, because it's kind of like asking somebody how much money do you make. It's kind of a weird question. So, but it is something that we have to be open with as well. So, I mean, I think that was the best way to answer it. And then I guess
Sorry,
as
bro.
the
Just
project,
on the sorry, Kings, on the back of that too. So we've only got the stats like for the last 2 or 3 years. Or I'm not too. Can't remember how far you can go back. I think it's like 3 years. So one awesome thing for the community is we haven't actually done an album since 2018. So that's 4 years ago, and we've been doing 25 million streams, and we've only been releasing 2 songs a year. So
yeah, we're useless.
there you go.
so when we do 12 songs, back to back on an album, that 25 million won't be 25 million. It'll be something
100%.
crazy. Yeah,
100%. Mean, brother, mean. All right, I think that was our last question. I think you guys will have a little wrap up. Rio, did you want to close us off, brother?
Yeah. Sorry, just one more important note is the Promised Land comp is closing tomorrow at 4 p.m. and we'll be announcing the winner at 8 p.m. So double XP is still on for anyone who's grinding towards that level 22 to get a boarding pass, and it'll close at 4 p.m. We've also thrown up a video on our Instagram, and we're giving away just a double VIP pass to Promised Land as well. So the big prize is the flights, the hotel, all of that full experience. And if you want to try and jag 2 VIP tickets, then check out their video on our Instagram. But yeah, shout to the brothers for coming on, and shout to you, Kings, as well, bro, for facilitating tonight. It's been cool, man.
Nah, man, you guys are awesome, man. The community, thank you guys for coming through. It's just excitement at this point, and can't wait to see how the bros start doing with the album. And as we get closer to midday, everybody get your affairs in order. If any questions, we're all going to be here as we get closer to the day. But otherwise, thank you guys for coming. Sons of Zion, you guys have been awesome. Much love, brothers, and I can't wait to see what you guys do.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
Sure.
Sure. Later, guys. Later, community. Peace.
Yeah.